Morning everyone, welcome to today's Wednesday Walk and Talk. I haven't done it for a few weeks. Beautiful day today, you can see the sun shining, and I thought what a lovely day for a walk. It's a bit of an impromptu one, and it's not really aimed at you guys. Maybe there might be someone on here that it's aimed directly to, but most of you it won't be. It's going to be aimed at your children. And I'm sure I've got lots of friends and connections on here that have got kids, more specifically those around about the 16, 17, 18 that have just had all their exam results. Now hopefully they've got great results and are able to move on to the next stage of their career, which is college, university, apprenticeships, etc. But there's going to be some that failed those exams, and right now they're thinking it's the end of the world, okay? They're thinking, oh my God, I failed, I can't go and do that course, what am I going to do? You know, and panicking a bit. So what I'd love you to do is share this message. If you've got children that are in that position, I'm hoping all your kids have passed and they're going on to the next stage of their journey. But if they haven't, and even if you know, maybe know you've got some friends, some neighbours whose kids have struggled, have just failed some exams, please share this, or even share this video for them. Because really simply I want to say this, is failure was the best thing that happened to me. And I don't think our kids really understand actually how good failure is, and we should embrace failure. And I don't even like that word, it's just such a negative word. I've learned over the years, especially through NLP, there's no such thing as failure, just feedback. And I'm hoping this maybe will help them. And I'm going to tell you my story, funny enough, how actually failure was the best thing that ever happened to me. But in a nutshell, what I want us to do, guys, and what I used to teach my kids, I still do, is to embrace failure and more importantly, fail forward, okay? Because guess what? They don't realise it yet, and probably most of us when we were kids didn't realise it. We're going to fail in life over and over again. Personal life, professional life, but it's not something to be scared of. Actually, if you learn from it, it makes you a better person, a stronger person. So I'm going to share this story about how failure was the best thing that happened to me, although at the time, God, I don't know where I'm going here, I've got to get lost in these little woods. I didn't know that. I, like probably a lot of the youngsters now, panicked, thought, oh my God, what am I going to do? Don't know what to do, I can only do that. Oh my God, my world is caving in. And what I didn't realise, that actually put me on a journey that I wouldn't have gone on if I hadn't failed. So let me share. So when I was younger, I mean, some kids know what they want to do from an early age. Actually, both my daughters did, and they're both pursuing those passions. I didn't really. 16, I sort of thought, oh, I'm going to be an architect, because I was a decent drawer, you know. I chose physics because you had to do physics as part of the course. Did a month of physics, hated it, was no good. And then decided, actually, one thing in my life that I loved was sport. So from the age of 16 to 18, everything was geared towards being a PE teacher. I loved sport, represented the school at about 6 different sports. Football was my main sport, played at a decent level, captain of the county, played in leagues that got paid. So it was all about sport. So, but what I didn't realise, I wasn't great at exams, right? So I just about struggled and got 5 GCSEs, took about 9, had to retake a couple. And then I took just 2 A-levels. Nowadays, our kids are doing 4, you know, and getting all these treble A stars. All I had to do was 2. And guess what? I couldn't even do that. And I did 2 A-levels, biology and art. Art was always almost a side project. I could draw, but I wasn't interested in art. Loved biology, but guess what? I failed biology A-level. And I put it down to I've got 2 good friends, Debbie and Amanda. They're still friends to this day. We just all messed about and all failed. So I had a place, I think they're called polytechnics then, they're all universities now. It's called Crewe and Alsage, up north somewhere. And I was going up there to train as a sports teacher. and I failed one of my only two A levels. And I always remember on that day, and by the way, this is another funny story, we'd moved houses. So I went back to my old house. No one was in. This is wrong, right? Let myself in, there was some envelopes there, grabbed it, run around the corner, opened it, thinking I'm going to pass 2 A levels. Failed. I don't know if I got a D, E, or F or U or whatever it was, but I failed. And I remember thinking, oh my God, what's going to go on? And in a way, you're in a daze for a couple of days because your mind, your voices are coming in. Oh my God, you're no good. What you're going to do? That was going to be your career. But a few things happened when I look back, and I'm so pleased. Yes, the career changed, and I'm going to get onto that. But you know what I also did? I went to live with my nan and granddad for 3 years because my parents had moved out to Kent. I was still in South East London. And I decided to go back to school to retake the exam, which I failed again, by the way. Shows how much I didn't learn on those A levels. But I moved in with my nan, and I actually lived there for 3 years with my nan and granddad. Another beautiful story. You know, I was able to share, and I'm so glad that happened. Anyway, I was thinking, what do I do? What do I do? You know, I thought, oh, I've got to do something for now. So I applied for the police force, which I got in. Then I got told no. Another story for that, won't tell you today, interesting. I applied for a few things, didn't know what to do. And I thought, I better do something just for now. So I got a job driving a van around London. Did it for about a year or two. Loved it. And then one day my dad said, son, I think I was about 20, shouldn't you sort out your career? And I remember thinking, yeah, you're right. So I don't know why, I thought, I got art A level. Let's go art college. And I hadn't touched anything for 3 years. That portfolio, or 2 years, that portfolio was sitting there. I hadn't done anything. So I wasn't really into art. And then I applied for a foundation course. And obviously in them days it was letters. Got a letter back saying, we're full for this year, too late, apply next year. Okay, but then they said, well, why don't you come in for a chat anyway? So I thought, that's really nice. And they said, bring your work in. So I went along, took my physical A3 portfolio, A2 portfolio in. I'm walking around here now, I'm trying a different little route. And turned up, had a really good chat. And he said to me, do you really want to do this? I said, what do you mean? He said, well, you haven't done anything for the last couple of years. If this was your passion, you'd surely be doing something. And they said, look, you can't come in this year, but go away, maybe do some even classes. If you get that passion back, apply again next year. So I thought, okay. So I did. Tuesday nights, Sydenham Girls' School, South East London. I started doing these little evening classes with half a dozen women, drawing flowers, etc. Just started drawing again, really enjoyed it. And then I think I'd done another little course. Anyway, I went back the following year, applied. I saw that I was, wanted to do it. So I then did my foundation course, and then went on to Kingston degree in design, and then made my way into the world of advertising. And when I look back, as I said, if I hadn't failed, I may well still be a PE teacher somewhere, right? But I didn't, I failed. Thought it was the worst thing that ever happened to me. Turned out to be the best thing that ever happened to me. Obviously I wouldn't be standing or walking here talking to you guys if I hadn't, because I've been in this industry 30 odd years as a creative, as an art director, as a creative director. I know I'm on the dark side now, I have been for the last 2 years, but I've been blessed to have done a job I've loved for over 30 years. And that's a job I got, you could call by mistake, but I got it by failure. And I really want you to, if you have got children right now that are upset, panicking, thinking, what am I going to do? Share this with them. And it will be hard for them to accept right now that maybe this is the best thing that happened to them, right? Because it's going to be right now they're thinking, oh, their dreams have gone with what they want to do. They have to understand it's just a blip. It's a blip, right? I had no idea I was going to go on this journey. Best journey I ever undertook. And I've loved my career. And actually, even I'm on the dark side, I still really enjoy that because I'm still with you creative guys, still dealing with you guys every day. But I wanted to share this story because, funny enough, this morning I went into Sainsbury's And there, it's one of the first things you see is all these congratulation cards for those who've passed their exam. You know, I'm not even sure there's a card that says, well, really sorry you failed, but don't worry. Or, you know, embrace failure, whatever. There should actually be cards in a way that you can give to people that says, hey, it's not the end of the world. But no, it's all about success, you've passed. You know, in my opinion, and this is for another day, school system's broke. It's been broke a long, long time. You know, 50% can learn that way. So many people blossom when they leave. In fact, one of my favourite quotes was Mark Twain, who once said, I never let school get in the way of my education. Again, there's another whole subject on that. The system broke. So schools will make you feel a failure right now because you didn't get your 4 A levels, or you didn't, whatever. They'll say you failed because you didn't get all those treble A's. It's a load of bull, excuse the French shit, right? They should be working with these kids. Tell them it's not the end of the world. Tell them to actually embrace failure, to fail forward, to learn from their mistakes, that there's a life out there that's not just around these A levels that they've taken and failed. So please share this with anyone you know. If that's your children, I want them, please share this message, show this video. If it's not, if there's someone you know who's maybe kids are struggling right now because they think that, you know, their career's over, it's the end of the world, please share with this. Please share this video. And please, you know, even if you don't, when you're talking to people and maybe a kid's sharing, you know, their struggles right now, we have to, as parents, teach our kids to embrace failure, right? And it's a good thing. It's not a bad thing. It's not negative. We don't know that as kids. I didn't. At the 18, I thought, oh my God. And while we're on this, you know, when I was a kid, I think most people anyway, forget being when I'm just a kid, most of us out here, we tend to not take on challenges because there's a fear of two things really. Fear of failure, right, which we're talking about, but often it's because of fear of what people are going to think of us if we take it on and we fail. That stopped me for many years. And then what happens is we don't take on those big challenges. We keep in our little shells. You know, it's a tortoise who doesn't put his head out. That's what I did for a long time. I didn't fail a lot because guess what? I didn't take on those challenges, the big goals. And we should be doing that. And we should be encouraging our kids to do exactly the same. So even if you haven't got kids that have failed and maybe they're going on to great things, still have a conversation with them and talk about failure and to embrace it, because our kids have got a life of failure. And I don't mean it horribly way. Things are going to go wrong. We know that as parents. We know that as older people. There's a lot of failure to come, but guess what? Tell them to learn from the mistakes, to fail forward, to make it part of their life. Don't avoid it. Anyway, I think that's enough today on that subject. Sun is shining, but please share this if you can. If there's kids out there maybe think it's the end of the world because they haven't got their A levels or whatever, please sit down with them, share this or talk to them and tell them, guess what? It could be the best thing that ever happened to them. Because it certainly is the best thing that ever happened to me. Anyway, I'll leave you on that beautiful beautiful Wednesday morning. Sun is shining. Have a great week, and I'll catch up with you soon. Thank you.